Welcome to Practice English Slowly.
Hi, everyone. My name is Crystal, and today I want to tell you all about my daily routine. Part 1, Morning Routine. I believe that everyone has their own unique way of organizing their day. Some people are very strict with their schedule, while others like to go with the flow. For me, having a daily routine helps me stay balanced and focused. It makes me feel calmer and happier because I know what to expect and how to manage my time. So, let me share what a typical day in my life looks like. I usually wake up around 7 o'clock in the morning. Sometimes, if I have an important meeting or a busy day, I wake up earlier, maybe at 6:30. But on a regular day, 7 o'clock is perfect for me. When my alarm goes off, I don't jump out of bed right away. Instead, I spend a few minutes lying in bed, just slowly waking up. I like to stretch my arms and legs, take a few deep breaths, and smile. I read somewhere that smiling in the morning can make you feel happier throughout the day. After I get out of bed, I go to the window and open the curtains. I love to see the sunlight coming into my room. If it's sunny, it instantly makes me feel more awake and motivated. If the weather is rainy or cloudy, I don't mind. I just tell myself that every day can be beautiful in its own way. The first thing I do is drink a glass of water. I keep a bottle of water on my nightstand because it's important to stay hydrated. Then I go to the bathroom to brush my teeth and wash my face. Cold water on my face always wakes me up. Sometimes, if I feel a little tired or sleepy, I take a quick shower. A warm shower is relaxing, but a cool shower in the morning makes me feel fresh and ready for the day. After the bathroom, I usually spend about 10 minutes doing some light exercise. I'm not a big fan of going to the gym early in the morning, but I like to move my body a little. I usually do stretching, some simple yoga poses, or a short workout routine, maybe some squats and jumping jacks. Exercise makes my body feel awake, and I know it's good for my health. Breakfast is my favorite part of the morning. I always try to have a healthy breakfast because it gives me energy for the day. On a normal day, I make a cup of black coffee or sometimes cappuccino if I feel fancy. I also have toast with butter or jam and maybe a boiled egg. If I have time, I prepare a smoothie with banana and strawberries. On weekends, I enjoy making pancakes or omelets, but on weekdays, I prefer something quick and easy. While I'm eating breakfast, I like to listen to music or a podcast. I sometimes watch short YouTube videos or check my messages, but I try not to spend too much time on my phone in the morning. I think mornings are special. They set the tone for the rest of the day. After breakfast, I get ready for work. I choose my outfit, usually something casual but nice, like jeans and a simple blouse. I don't spend much time on makeup. I just apply some foundation, a little mascara, and lip balm. I like to keep it simple and natural. Before leaving home, I check my bag. I make sure I have everything I need: my phone, wallet, keys, and water bottle. I also check my to-do list for the day. I like being organized, so I usually write down the main tasks I need to do at work. By this time, it's usually about 8 o'clock. I put on my shoes, take one last look in the mirror, and leave the house. I try to stay positive as I start my day. I tell myself, today is going to be a good day. Part 2. Work Morning. My commute to work is not very long. I usually take the bus because it's convenient and cheaper than driving my own car. It takes me about 20 minutes to get to work. During the ride, I like to listen to music or audiobooks. Sometimes I listen to English learning podcasts because I love improving my skills in other languages. The bus ride is my little me time. I look out the window, see people walking, shops opening, and I just think about my plans for the day. If the bus is not too crowded, I read a book or check my social media. I enjoy watching the city waking up in the morning. When I arrive at work, it's usually around 8:30 a.m. I work as an assistant manager in a marketing company. My job is interesting because I get to work with different people and learn new things about advertising and social media trends. When I enter the office, I say hello to my colleagues. We have a small team and everyone is friendly. The first thing I do at work is check my emails. I like to start my day by organizing my tasks. I make a list of the things I need to complete before lunch. Sometimes I have online meetings with clients in the morning. I prepare reports, create presentations, or answer questions from customers. My job requires focus, but I like it because every day is a little different. Around 10 a.m., I usually take a short break. I go to the kitchen area, make myself a cup of tea, and maybe grab a small snack like an apple or a cookie. During this break, I chat with my coworkers. We talk about movies, weekend plans, or just about how our morning is going. It's nice to have this little break because it makes me feel refreshed. Then I go back to work. From 10:15 to around noon, I focus on my main tasks, writing emails, reviewing documents, and planning social media campaigns for our clients. Sometimes I help design posts or check the statistics for our company's Instagram account. I enjoy being creative, so this part of my job is really fun for me. By noon, I'm usually ready for lunch. But I will tell you more about my lunch break in the next part of my story. Part 3. Lunch and Afternoon. By noon, I'm usually hungry and ready for lunch. In our office, we have a small kitchen area where people can bring their own food. Most of the time, I bring lunch from home because it's healthier and cheaper than eating out. I usually cook something simple the night before, like pasta with vegetables, a chicken salad, or rice with grilled vegetables. Sometimes, when I'm busy or too tired to cook, I just bring a sandwich and some fruit. When it's lunchtime, I like to step away from my desk. I believe it's important to take a real break during the day. I usually sit with my colleagues in the small dining area. We talk about work, but also about personal things, funny stories, weekend plans, or new movies we want to watch. I enjoy these conversations because they make the day feel less stressful. If the weather is nice, I sometimes go outside for a short walk. There is a small park near our office, and walking there for just 10 or 15 minutes gives me energy for the rest of the day. I usually listen to music or simply enjoy the fresh air. After lunch, I make myself another cup of coffee or tea. I'm a big coffee lover, but I try not to drink more than 2 cups a day. Sometimes I choose green tea because it's lighter and also healthy. The afternoon at work is usually the busiest time. I come back to my desk and start working on the bigger tasks that require more focus. For example, I might prepare a presentation for a client or analyze the results of a marketing campaign. Sometimes I need to write reports or come up with new creative ideas for social media posts. I really like brainstorming sessions with my team. We sit together and share ideas for new projects. It's always interesting to hear different opinions and think about creative solutions. My colleagues are very talented, so I learn a lot from them. Around 3 p.m., I take a small break. This is usually my snack time. I eat something light, like a granola bar or some yogurt, just to give me energy until the end of the workday. During this short break, I often check my phone, answer personal messages, or look at some funny videos on Instagram or TikTok. It's a good way to relax for a few minutes. The last 2 hours of my workday are usually about finishing tasks. I reply to the last emails, check my schedule for tomorrow, and make sure that everything is ready before I leave. I like to be organized, so I always try to finish one task completely before starting another. If I don't finish something, I write a note to remind myself to do it the next morning. My workday usually ends at 5 p.m. Sometimes, if we have a big project or an important deadline, I stay longer, but I try not to work overtime too often. Work-life balance is very important to me, so I prefer to leave on time when I can. When I leave the office, I feel happy because I know I did my best during the day. I pack my things, say goodbye to my coworkers, and head to the bus stop. I'm usually tired, but also excited to relax and enjoy the evening. Part 4. Evening and Dinner. When I leave work around 5 p.m., I usually take the bus back home. The bus ride is about 20 minutes, and I really enjoy this time. I put on my headphones and listen to my favorite playlist. Sometimes I listen to pop music, but other times I choose something calm, like acoustic songs, to relax after a busy day. If I'm in the mood, I listen to an audiobook or a podcast. It's my quiet time when I don't have to think too much and I can just enjoy the ride. On the way home, I often think about what I want to cook for dinner. I like cooking because it helps me relax. I don't always cook something complicated. Usually just a simple meal like pasta with vegetables, grilled chicken, or a big salad with avocado and tomatoes. Sometimes I make rice bowls with vegetables and some sauce, or I prepare tacos, which are one of my favorite quick dinners. When I arrive home, the first thing I do is change my clothes. I like to put on something comfortable, like sweatpants and a soft hoodie. It feels so nice after wearing office clothes all day. Then I wash my hands and maybe take a quick shower if it's been a warm day or if I feel tired. Dinner time is usually around 6:30 p.m. I don't like eating too late because it makes me feel heavy before going to bed. If I'm not too hungry, I just make something light, like a salad with tuna or eggs. If I'm in the mood for something warm, I might make a small soup or stir-fried vegetables with rice. While cooking, I often watch YouTube videos or listen to music. Cooking is my me time, and I love trying new recipes. Sometimes I experiment with different flavors, but other times I just make something I already know and love. After dinner, I always wash the dishes and clean the kitchen. I don't like leaving dirty dishes overnight. It feels good to have a clean space. Evening rest. Around 7:30 p.m., I usually start my evening routine. Sometimes I watch TV shows or movies. My favorite shows are usually comedies or light dramas because I don't like anything too stressful after work. Other times I read a book. I try to read at least 15 to 20 minutes every day because it's relaxing and good for my mind. If I have more energy, I spend time on my hobbies. I really enjoy painting and drawing. I'm not a professional artist, but I like creating something with my hands. Sometimes I listen to relaxing music and just paint whatever comes to my mind. It's like therapy for me. I also enjoy talking with my friends in the evening. We often chat on the phone or have video calls. We talk about our day, share funny stories, and make plans for the weekend. Talking to friends always makes me feel better, especially after a busy day. If the weather is nice, I sometimes go for a short evening walk. Walking around my neighborhood in the evening is peaceful. I like looking at the sunset, the lights of the houses, and just enjoying the quiet streets. A 15-minute walk helps me clear my head and relax. Part 5. Night Routine. Evening and getting ready for bed. By around 9 p.m., I start to slow down and prepare for the night. Evenings are my favorite time of day because I can finally relax and do things I enjoy. I like to make a cup of herbal tea, like chamomile or peppermint, because it helps me feel calm. While I drink my tea, I usually sit on the couch, light a candle, and maybe watch something on Netflix. I prefer light and positive shows at night, something that makes me laugh or just feel good before going to bed. Sometimes I spend my evenings journaling. I keep a small notebook where I write about my day, what I did, what made me happy, or what I want to improve tomorrow. Writing helps me organize my thoughts and relax my mind. I also write down small things I'm grateful for. For example, I might write, "I'm thankful for the sunny weather today," or "I'm happy I had a nice conversation with a friend." Gratitude journaling makes me feel positive and appreciate the little things in life. I try to avoid too much screen time before bed. Of course, I'm not perfect. Sometimes I scroll on my phone longer than I should. But I know that looking at my phone too much makes it harder to sleep. That's why I like to read a book for 20-30 minutes instead. Right now, I'm reading a romantic novel. It's simple but fun, and I enjoy imagining the story as I read. Around 10 p.m., I start my night routine. The first thing I do is clean my face and brush my teeth. I have a simple skincare routine. I wash my face, apply a gentle moisturizer, and sometimes a night serum. Taking care of my skin is important to me because it feels refreshing and helps me relax. I also like to prepare things for the next day. For example, I choose what clothes I will wear tomorrow and check my to-do list. Sometimes I even prepare my lunch in advance, like cutting vegetables or making a sandwich so I don't have to rush in the morning. Before bed, I often spend 5 to 10 minutes stretching or doing light yoga. It helps my body relax after sitting at work all day. I especially like doing neck and back stretches. They make me feel comfortable and ready for sleep. Finally, I go to bed around 10:30 or 11 p.m. I like to get at least 7 hours of sleep, so I try not to stay up too late. Before I fall asleep, I sometimes listen to soft music or nature sounds like rain or ocean waves. It makes me feel peaceful. I take a few deep breaths and remind myself to let go of the day's stress. I really believe that good sleep is the key to a happy and productive life. When I sleep well, I wake up with energy and a good mood. So I always try to end my day with positive thoughts. Part 6. Weekends and Free Time. Weekends are special for me because they are my time to rest, recharge, and enjoy life. I usually wake up a little later on weekends, around 8 or 8:30 a.m. I don't like to sleep until noon because I feel like I waste the day, but I definitely enjoy not setting an alarm and waking up naturally. It feels so nice to start the day slowly without any rush. My weekend mornings are very relaxed. I make a big breakfast, something I don't have time for during the week. I love making pancakes with honey or maple syrup. Sometimes I cook scrambled eggs with cheese and vegetables. I also prepare fresh orange juice or a smoothie. Breakfast on weekends feels like a small celebration for me. I usually listen to my favorite playlist while cooking. After breakfast, I like to spend some time on my hobbies. I enjoy painting, drawing, and sometimes writing short stories. Creativity makes me feel alive. I often sit near the window with a cup of coffee, put on some soft music, and just start drawing whatever comes to my mind. It could be flowers, a cityscape, or just abstract colors. Sometimes I go out for a walk or a small trip. If the weather is nice, I love visiting a nearby park or going to a cafe with a book. I have a favorite cafe in my neighborhood where they serve the best cappuccino and carrot cake. I often take my notebook with me, write some ideas, or just people watch. Weekends are also the time when I see my friends. We often meet for lunch or dinner. Sometimes we go shopping, watch a new movie, or just sit in a park and chat for hours. I really value these moments because spending time with friends always makes me happy. We share stories, laugh a lot, and forget about stress. On Saturdays, I sometimes do a bit of cleaning at home. I put on some energetic music and clean my apartment, dusting, vacuuming, and organizing things. It doesn't take too long, but I feel so much better when everything is clean and fresh. Sundays are my self-care days. I like to take a long, relaxing bath with candles and soft music. I might do a face mask or just spend time reading in my bathrobe. I think it's important to give yourself these little moments of care and love. In the evenings, I often cook something special on weekends. It might be homemade pizza, pasta with seafood, or a big salad with different toppings. Cooking something delicious makes the evening cozy. If I don't feel like cooking, I sometimes order sushi or try a new restaurant with my friends. Before going to bed on Sunday, I like to plan my week. I write down my tasks, appointments, and goals for the next few days. It helps me feel ready and confident for Monday. Part 7. Habits and Life Thoughts. I believe that having good daily habits makes life much easier and more enjoyable. Over the years, I've learned what works for me, and I try to keep these simple habits every day. They help me stay organized, healthy, and happy. Let me share a few of them with you. The first habit is waking up early. I know that not everyone loves mornings, but I believe that waking up a little earlier gives you extra time to do things calmly. I like to wake up before the rest of the world gets too busy. It feels peaceful. I have time to drink water, stretch, and start the day with positive energy. Even if it's just 15 minutes earlier, it can change the way you feel all day. The second habit is preparing for the next day in the evening. I always choose my clothes, pack my bag, and prepare my lunch if I can. This way, my mornings are not stressful. I can start my day in a relaxed way because I don't have to make too many decisions right after waking up. Another important habit is staying active. I don't go to the gym every day, but I try to move my body regularly. Sometimes it's just a short walk in the park or a quick yoga session at home. I've noticed that even 10 minutes of movement can make a big difference. It makes me feel healthier and more focused. I also try to eat healthy, but I don't follow strict diets. For me, balance is important. I love vegetables, fruits, and homemade meals, but I also enjoy pizza or ice cream from time to time. I believe it's okay to treat yourself as long as you keep balance. Another thing I do every day is write down my thoughts or plans. I have a small planner where I write my daily to-do list. I also like journaling, especially when I feel stressed or overwhelmed. Writing helps me clear my mind. I often write about what I'm grateful for. It could be something simple, like a nice cup of coffee in the morning or a friendly smile from a stranger. These small things really make life better. When I feel tired, I remind myself to rest. We live in a world where everyone is always busy, but I think it's important to take a break. I sometimes turn off my phone, make a cup of tea, and just sit quietly. Resting is not being lazy. It's giving your body and mind time to recover. One of the things that makes me happy is spending time in nature. Whenever I have free time, I try to go to a park, a lake, or even just walk around the city. Fresh air and nature always calm me down. I think that's why I enjoy my evening walks so much. I also believe in learning something new every day. It doesn't have to be big. Maybe a new word in another language, a short article about a topic I'm curious about, or even a new recipe. Learning keeps life exciting. For example, recently I started learning a few phrases in Spanish. It's challenging but fun. Weekends are when I try new things. I love exploring new restaurants, visiting small local shops, or going to events. I also like to travel when I have the chance. Even short weekend trips make me feel refreshed. One of my goals is to live in the present moment. It's easy to think too much about the past or the future, but I'm learning to enjoy what I have right now. I practice gratitude and mindfulness. For example, when I drink my morning coffee, I don't just scroll my phone. I try to really enjoy the smell, the taste, and the moment of peace. Before I finish, I want to share one last thought. Life doesn't have to be perfect to be beautiful. I used to stress about small things, being late, not finishing all my tasks, or not looking perfect. But now I focus on what's really important, being healthy, happy, and spending time with people I love. This is what my daily routine looks like, and these are the habits that make me feel good. I hope that by sharing my day and my thoughts, I can inspire someone to create their own simple and happy routine. Remember, even small changes can make a big difference in your life. Thank you for spending this time with me. I really enjoyed sharing my story. I hope you have a wonderful day, and maybe you'll take one of my ideas to make your own life better. Bye for now.